Good morning and welcome to Living Local 15. Thank you so much for joining me today. First up, I am taking you inside of Simba Dental, a new state-of-the-art dentist office in Fort Wayne, and I try out their teeth whitening. Then it's Women's Wealth Wednesday with Foster Financial, and we are discussing IRMA. And a little bit later, it's epic discounts at epic prices. Are you ready? Let's get started.
Fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
This segment sponsored by Simba Dental. I am here at Simba Dental, which is a brand new dentist office that's family owned and offers an array of services that are both basic and advanced. Today I'm going to speak to Dr. Luga to learn all about this new business and also check out some really cool specials they have going on. Are you ready? Let's get started. I am now joined by Dr. Luga Kangera, who is the founder and owner here at Simba Dental. Hello, doctor.
Hi, how are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yes, well,
thank you for coming.
Absolutely. Congratulations to you opening this amazing practice. I mean, I have to say, when I drove up, I was just like, wow, what a visual to be here and to offer some really great services.
Glad we captured your imagination.
Yes. Okay, so you are an established oral surgeon here in Fort Wayne, and you have taken on this new project. So tell me about Simba Dental and what made you want to open it.
Well, it started as a discussion between myself, my wife, course, Luga Kingera. Yes. We've been wanting to kind of open a big place, serve the community, have sort of a multi-specialty office. Mm-hmm. And it started that way, and I say, all right, let's do it now before I get too old.
Well, I'm sure it's a way that you can really expand or really share your expertise and allow for people to get a service. Maybe they don't need surgery, but they do need consistent teeth health, right?
Yes,
teeth and mouth
most people
health.
actually do need what you just described, regular dental care.
Yeah.
When you come to see me for surgery, it's kind of, okay, it's a little complicated now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so where did the name Simba Dental come from?
I'm originally from Tanzania, East Africa. So it was a discussion between me and Kos and then our social media people, like, let's look for something different. So it came from back home, and also it was different. Yeah. And that's how it kind of started.
And so what makes you stand out from other dentistry offices when people say, you know what, I want to choose Simba?
A couple of things come right away. One, we want to be very modern. So if you've been in here, or at least I've seen it from outside, we're pretty modern. And then two, be very service oriented. So when you come in, feel like you're going to a spa. Most people say, oh, I hate my dentist. I hate going to the dentist. It should be the opposite of that. It should be like, oh, I look forward to going back there.
Yeah.
And that's what we are trying to do. Essentially combine both good service, be very technologically advanced, and then have good people working in here.
Right. And so let's talk about the people part of it. So this is a family-owned business, as you said, you and your wife, but you have a team of dentists and hygienists that really provides the treatment. So how did you go about really making sure that you have the specialties that you offer?
Wow. Actually, it went through phases. We interviewed multiple people, over 40 probably.
Yeah.
And then started to cultivate. We wanted to start with the younger generation, people who want to be more advanced. So our dentists are kind of young, but very experienced in the sense that they're very good with technology, hand skills. So is our hygienists. As Cassie was just telling you, there's all these laser stuff we use in here, and some of the stuff I can't even use myself. So it was a process.
Yeah, that innovation, right?
Yes.
Taking it to the next level and making sure that there's something for everyone. And there's so much space here in this facility. Not only is this a 3-story building, but walking through your halls, you have like 13, 14 dental office, chairs throughout.
Yes.
So what was the vision behind making this not only a 1-story, but a 3-story building?
Well, so The way we imagine it, you're gonna go to a dentist, see your dentist, have your cleaning, have your whitening, have your teeth straightened, and then if you were to see a specialist, there is specialists in the same building. So make it easier to most of our patients.
Yeah.
Have it to be more spacious such that you don't feel like you don't feel confined.
Right. Yeah. I love that. Well, it's a fun place, the color scheme, the vibe. So let's take a little tour and then check out one of your rooms.
Thank you.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, Dr. Lugo, we are in one of your exam rooms, and what I love is just the flare of pink, which is something different, in the design.
It is pink.
And I love just the open window. I mean, floor to ceiling window. People can actually just look out and kind of enjoy the view.
Yeah.
So let's talk about just dental care and just the importance of being consistent with getting your mouth examined and why it's important to have a consistent dentist, and in particular why they should come and see you.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much hit the point. First, you need to find a dentist you love. And once you find one you love, we normally tell you to see us twice a year for exam, x-rays, cleaning, maybe teeth whitening. And then we're gonna tell you if there's any dental problems and take care of them before they become surgical. So you don't have to come and see me.
Right, exactly. You want to see, you at this level, not at the high level.
And it's cheaper. Maintaining your teeth, coming to see us here when they're still like, oh, I don't have any problem. That's the cheapest thing you can do.
And there's so many things. I mean, through the exam, people really get an opportunity. I mean, first off, the technology. Let's talk about that. Technology is so cool now. People can really see their mouth fully, and you can say, ooh, that could be a problematic area. That's something that's coming up. And you do your x-rays.
Yes, so we have digital x-rays. They will take our digital x-rays. We also do intraoral scans. After that, we do our panoramic imaging. We have a CT scanner here. Everything gets put together in the system. And then you can see it yourself. Physically being able to see your own mouth. And when we tell you, oh, there's decay right there, you can see it. Get that treatment done in advance and see the hygienist for the different cleaning options that you all have. Right.
But one thing that's cool too is that you have space here for procedures if someone does need an advanced service, right?
Oh yes, we provide a lot of advanced services. You name it. Crowns, bridges, dentures, veneers, teeth whitening, all the way to oral surgery procedures like dental implants, bone grafting procedures, same day teeth where we fix your whole mouth. We do all of that stuff. I think the misconception is because we are very advanced that we are expensive. In fact, we take almost all insurance. We take most insurance. And for those who don't have insurance, we actually have in-house plans, in-house plans, which you can check out on our website. And so to me, that's the kind of big takeaway. Like, we see families of all ages and all financial backgrounds. Anybody can come here.
Yeah, that is important because that can be the scary thing about getting your teeth fixed. It's like, oh my gosh, it's going to be so expensive. But you offer a range of insurance that you take more than most dentists when looking at that list. And then your in-house financing, you all do 0% for the first year, which is huge. So you don't have to apply for care credit and do those other things. You all offer it in-house.
Yeah, and it comes with a discount depending on the procedure up to 20%. So when you think about it, depending on what you are getting, if it's crowns or bridges or veneers, those it adds up. If it was $5,000 or $10,000 procedure, 20%, well, you just saved a lot of money.
Which is great. And right now, I have to tell the people that you have a special rate going on. So if someone does not have insurance, they can get an exam, they can get an actual x-ray and a cleaning for $99.
Yep.
But if you have insurance, you actually get to walk away with a free whitening kit.
That is correct.
An at-home whitening kit you all are giving away, which is a great value.
Yes, it is. I mean, I just had my teeth whitened a couple weeks ago. Perfect.
Yeah.
I should have done it sooner.
All right. If you've ever been interested in getting your teeth whitened but didn't really know what that entailed, well, today I'm going to get that service done here at Simba Dental, and I'm going to give you a behind-the-scenes look. But you also have the option of walking away with their at-home teeth whitening kit. And guess what? They have a special going on right now. So if you come into their office and your insurance covers your teeth exam, your x-rays, and also your cleaning, you can walk away with a free teeth whitening kit. Okay, let's check it out. If you would like more information about Simba Dental, we'll have their website listed below. Check them out, and I'll see you after the break. This segment sponsored by Simba Dental.
Follow us on social media at Living Local 15.
This segment sponsored by Foster Financial. Welcome to Women's Wealth Wednesday with Foster Financial. And joining me today, of course, is Vice President Caleb Doan. Good morning, Caleb.
Good morning.
Yes, okay. So IRMA is an interesting term.
Yeah.
And it's something that people may have heard of, maybe haven't. It's an acronym. So what does it stand for?
Yeah, it stands for Income Related Monthly Adjustment Amount, and it's essentially related to your Medicare premiums. So a lot of times we like to personify IRMA. We say it's your aunt that you never want to meet. She likes to charge you more for your Medicare premiums.
IRMA.
Yeah, you're not a fan of her. So a lot of times people have never heard of IRMA until they get hit with these extra premiums. So since it's for Medicare, it's typically for people 65 and older who might have these additional premiums. Right now, I think the normal monthly cost for Medicare is somewhere around $180 a month for Medicare Part B. But if you make too much money, in the eyes of the government, of course, they hit you with an additional premium every single month.
Oh, so does this come out of your current month statement, or is this something that hits you at the end of the year?
It's typically something that comes right out of your Social Security. So, usually your Medicare premiums are deducted right from Social Security, and so they might be deducting an extra $80, $160, however much per month, every single month, as long as you're in IRMA. And sometimes that tier can be somewhat easy to reach depending on what your income level is. For a single filer, it's about $106,000, which seems like a lot of money, but at the same time, if somebody's getting Social Security, maybe they're a single filer and have a pension from themselves or from a spouse who passed away. And a lot of times what pushes people into IRMA is when those required minimum distributions start.
Okay, so setting this up, so you have to be 65 and older, right? You say make over $106,000
for a single filer.
For a single filer, and you're saying that includes whatever their current income is and whatever they may be receiving in Social Security.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
so it's
just
like
all the benefits.
Yeah, it's everything. And a lot of times what people maybe don't think about as income is their retirement account withdrawals. Because especially when those RMDs start, they might not even be actually using the money. It's just the government saying, hey, you have a lot of money in this IRA, you have to take out $50,000 this year and pay taxes on it. And so they might actually just be moving it from one account to the other, sending a little bit to the government for taxes, but it'll show up as income on your tax statement, and that could push you into IRMA later.
So when someone starts accepting Social Security, does that officially push them into the status of retirement?
I guess not quite. I mean, you could still be collecting Social Security and be working at the same time. If you've hit your kind of what they call full retirement age, you can collect Social Security, you can make as much money as you want, and your Social Security income won't be reduced.
Okay.
I guess the term retirement, I mean, it can be somewhat fluid because there's a lot of people who are retired, but they still work part-time in retirement. There's people that, work for their entire lives. There's people that call it quits at 55. So, I mean, it's somewhat of a fluid thing. People can kind of go in and out of it. But in the eyes of the Social Security system, I mean, when you start collecting Social Security, typically that means your benefit is locked in at that amount, and you'll get those cost of living adjustments, but it's never going to change
because
outside.
the youngest is 55, you can start collecting?
It's 62, actually,
62.
that you can start taking
And
it.
then that range that we've spoke about before is if someone waits until 65 and that's like their max benefit number?
So you can take it as early as 62 or as late as 70.
Okay, 70.
And then it's usually the kind of middle number 67 is where you can start collecting it and still work without having your Social Security benefits reduced. So that's definitely something to keep in mind when it relates to IRMA, because Social Security could push you over, maybe part-time work and retirement could push you over, and a lot of times it's those RMDs that push you over, specifically for folks who are single filers. So maybe you're a widow, spouse passed away last year, you both had big IRAs, and now you have to take an RMD both for you and for your inherited account.
Okay. So that's why I was wondering. So this also includes pensions, right? Your pension payments.
Yep.
And then, like you said, if you have a spouse, what if you collect insurance because of their death?
Yeah.
Is that considered income as well?
It's a good question. Typically, the life insurance benefits are completely tax-free and don't count as income. So that's a nice benefit there. And a lot of people wonder, okay, if I am in IRMA, if I'm paying more for my premiums, how do I eventually get out of it?
Right,
Because if you're just a little bit into IRMA every single year, you could be paying it every month for the rest of your life.
Ooh. Okay, how do you avoid it?
Yeah, one of the things we do, of course, ahead of time, we can do Roth conversions and things like that ahead of time. But even if you're in IRMA right now, there's still some things that we can do. One, there are certain waivers that you can get. If you have certain qualifying events, if your spouse passed away this year, if you got a divorce this year, if you retired this year, a work reduction, there's a lot of things where we can avoid it. And then we use some of the room in your current tax bracket to do Roth conversions. Maybe we strategically have you still be in IRMA for a few years. That way later down the road you're not in IRMA. So we could even push you higher into IRMA for a couple years, kind of bite the bullet, and then later on we get to avoid it.
And just for clarity, this IRMA specifically applies to Medicaid insurance. So the amount that people have to pay over is essentially saying you're getting too much of a discount on your Medicare benefits because you make too much. Is that right?
Yeah, it's Medicare. Because Medicaid is kind of through the state of Indiana, Medicare through the federal government. That's you paid into it for all of these years. So I mean, you paid into it in order to be able to get Medicare at a discounted rate when you're retired, but then the government comes back and says, hey, even though you've paid into it a ton, the same as what your neighbor did, since it looks like you make a little bit more on paper, we're just going to charge you a little bit more for it every single month. So doesn't always seem fair, and there are ways to avoid it, so typically we like to take advantage of those if we can.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for breaking it down, man. IRMA, you don't want to be in the state of IRMA. That's what I took away from that. Okay, you can help everyone avoid that. All right, thanks, Caleb. And if you would like more information about Foster Financial, we'll have their phone number and website listed below. Make sure you are not in IRMA, but if you are, Caleb can definitely assist you. And I'll see you after the break. This segment sponsored by Foster Financial.
Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group.
Hi, I'm Karen Purcell. This is Jacob Palmer, and we're back from bestreviews.com. Be sure to scan that QR code on the screen. There's some really great deals. We're talking about kitchen gadgets. We're going to start with an electric can opener or jar opener that are really great for people that might not have that accessibility.
And it's so nice because it works on a bunch of different sizes of jars, and it's really helpful for somebody who maybe has arthritis and is dealing with that in their day-to-day. This makes sure that everything is accessible and that you're able to make those delicious meals, without extra struggle that you really don't need.
And you just pop it on top, it can adjust. It's really great. Okay, next we're talking about the Smart Thermometer by Chef IQ. This is something that you have.
Yeah, and this is one of those product types that's grown in popularity in the last few years because it is super useful. You can be a great chef and you feel like you don't need the meat thermometer, but this will still unlock that next level because it takes away any guesswork. You can use it in the oven, you can use it on grills. It is just a really cool piece of tech that connects seamlessly to your smartphone and ends up making sure that you have that perfect roast for the holiday, or just if you're barbecuing, you make sure you never overcook those ribs ever.
That's right. Well, I made chicken last night, so I definitely needed this. All right, this is something I used at Thanksgiving. I absolutely love this. This is by Laud Life. This is a warming mat, and I'm telling you, it works. It's great.
And it's made out of silicone, and so it's very safe. But what we love about it is that it's the next level up from like what a chafing dish used to be for these big events where you'd be hosting folks. And there's a lot of different modes you can use. You can set the timer on it. But at the end of the day, the part that really matters is that it works.
Absolutely. And you know what? I had a few of them. I lined them up. I put the dishes. It was great. And it rolls up, and so it doesn't take up a lot of space when you put it in storage. And then our final product's by eTech City. This is a digital scale.
And what's so cool about this is that it's great for the person who's getting super dialed in on their diet. You can make sure that you're measuring everything out to, the gram basically. So all of your calories, the macros and all those really important stats you need for when you're going through that wellness journey. And if you're a baker, this is going to make sure that you measure everything with absolute precision.
Absolutely. Well, let's take a look at all 4 products today. We're talking kitchen gadgets. We're going to unlock some great deals. Be sure to scan that QR code. Get ready to scan, shop, and save.
Best Reviews is owned by our parent company, Nexstar. You can find more on the products and where to buy them on WANE.com.
Content segments during today's Living Local 15 were paid for by these sponsors.